Right, let's see, are we up and running? I think we might be, as per usual. Say hello in the chat down below. Give us a thumbs up, etc. Then we're all good to go. Marvellous. Let's see, it's already deciding to go wonky my end. That's useful. Let me just refresh this, see if it's going to behave. I'm now back again, I think. Somewhere down below here, wherever you're on, if you hover over it, it says live. Click where it says live. You should have a little red dot next to it. Sometimes it gets a bit of a pause for some strange reason in between the live and the not live your end. So if you click that, then you should be up to time. Anyway, evening. I'm not sure if many will join us tonight because I think a lot of people are out doing things, but no doubt you'll catch up on later on, as it were. So things to look at tonight. I've been putting loads and loads of flyers over the weekend onto the Colcon website. I thought we'd have a look at exhibit Amusement Arcades from 1931. Quite interesting. And I've also dug out my big stack I bought recently of World's Fair and Coin Slot newspapers. I've got basically a year odd run from 1984-ish. So I picked the one out of the pile, which was yesterday, 40 years ago, as it were, May the 5th, 1984, World's Fair and Coin Slot. I thought we'll have a look through that, see what's interesting news articles were, what's for sale and whatnot. And following on from that rather fun little Butlins film, we found another one from 1961, which is quite good fun. Very un-PC these days. It was a bikini competition. Yeah, quite entertaining. I think it was like a minute and a half long or something. So we'll round off with that in case the live stream gets cut off with PC nonsense, but hopefully we'll be all right. Right, evening Paul, Peter, Ollie. Who else have we got? Oops, my thing's flashing up in front of me. Peter again, Peter N. Evening. Right, so just quickly then, over on the Colcon website, if you look on the archivey bit, I put up hundreds and hundreds of pinball flyers. Yeah. There you go. So that's that big batch I had a while ago to do. I finally got around to finishing scanning them all in and uploading them all. Actually, there's still a few to upload because I haven't got the relevant pinball pages to add the flyers to. So still about 30 to go on, I think, but they're scanned in ready. So that batch can go back to the gentleman who very kindly loaned them to me. If anybody else has got flyers for machines, it'd be useful to get some scans of them. It'd be great. That'd be marvellous. Added a few odd machines as well. I've got pictures of them knocking about. It's quite sweet. Look, Barnyard Golf. Little trade stim. Somebody sent me a picture of. The gold changer picture I found. I haven't. Is usually on the background of these is texture. This is a slightly different one. I've got one very similar. Anybody's got one of those? What was the other thing? Old Rondo. That's somebody's. Peter C's, I think, is it? Don't know. Somebody sent me that picture a while ago. I just come across it again. There we are. Anyway, yeah, exhibit from 1931. So I'll read you some bedtime stories, shall I? The Exhibit Supply Company. So it says here a word. This is the 1931 catalogue. It says a word about the Exhibit Supply Company and its products. In the 30 years of our manufacturing experience, the word exhibit has become more than just a name. Through the successful operation of its products by thousands of satisfied customers in practically every corner of the globe, our machines have become the standard of all amusement devices. So much so that seldom is the word penny arcade or penny wonderland ever mentioned, except the word exhibit is used in conjunction with it. Exhibit machines are so well known that it is hardly necessary for us to dwell on their superior merits. We prefer that our customers do this. Their name is Legion. Thousands of them are enjoying large incomes derived from the operation of exhibit machines, either in public locations where machines are placed on chairs, or in penny arcades at amusement parks, carnivals, beaches, etc. The variety of amusement machines we manufacture is larger than all other manufacturers combined. I think there might be a slight exaggeration. And we are the only concern in the world who have sufficient variety to equip a complete successful penny arcade. Every machine shown in this catalogue is manufactured by us in our own factory, and the prices are as low as is consistent with the high grade and unequalled quality of our products. Exhibit machines are built up to a standard, not down to a price. Money can buy no higher security, no deeper comfort, no stouter service, no greater protection against fault or flaw. Exhibit machines were built in the first place to be the finest amusement machines the world affords. They remain unique and solitary in their matchless excellence. They have been copied, imitated, patterned after, of course, but still they know no rival except another exhibit machine of the same fine kind. There is no substitute for exhibit machines. The success of this company is not an accident, but the inevitable result of giving more of the best for the least. J. Frank Mayer, President. There you go. They've got some good pictures here of buy. Oh, I've gone all fuzzy. Never mind. It says here, buy a penny arcade. Small investment, big profits, no risk, no trouble. The illustration above, the one you're seeing there, shows an exhibit penny wonderland. It represents an attractive money-making opportunity that is open to every wide-awake investor. There is no other field of legitimate enterprise where the earnings are so large and certain. Exhibit arcades appeal to men, women and children, provide good, clean amusement, and are the only type of concession operating for a penny. Good locations are numerous. Amusement parks, summer resorts, travelling shows, dance halls, skating rinks, carousels, fairgrounds, busy streets. Everywhere the crowds gather or pass by. Our line comprises all kinds of large and small amusement machines suitable for stationary arcades as well as portable arcades. We supply equipments of all sizes to meet every requirement. See pages 52 to 57, which we'll look at in a minute. It's full arcades. Our files contain many letters from successful arcade owners testifying to the money-earning power and reliability of exhibit arcade equipments. During the last 30 years, we have installed hundreds of attractive arcades throughout the country. The experience thus gained is entirely at your service and without obligation. Tell us your arcade problem, big or little, and our staff of experts will solve it for you. If necessary, we will send an experienced man to work it out on the spot. Invest in exhibit machines where every dime is a baby dollar. There you go. Servers actually. So they've got some full arcades here. Various prices. You get all that lot. 47 machines for $1,700. And there's various other bigger ones. Different package deals that they did. So it said here on these package deals. There can be no compromise with safety. Get the exhibit guarantee behind your machines. The 6 penny arcades cut shown on the following pages, which is what you're looking at the minute, are all pictures of well-balanced arcades. The different combinations of machines shown in these cuts were made to give the prospective buyer some idea of the number and kind of machines that will fill a certain floor space for a certain price, and to show what the different priced penny arcades will look like set up on the floor. We can furnish an arcade to fit any space or pocketbook. A successful penny arcade must have the largest possible variety of machines. The larger the variety, the more money it will earn. Exhibit makes a variety of machines 3 times greater than all other manufacturers combined, and are the only people in the business who can equip a complete penny arcade. Every machine listed in these equipments is a genuine arcade amusement machine. Please note that we have not included any small operators machines such as peanut, pellet breath, perfume or match vending machines, etc. The Model E card vendors listed in the first 3 equipments are made especially for portable arcades. They are large machines, 18 by 36 inches with a detachable flashy display signs, and cost $40 each. We also manufacture a smaller model card vending machine for operators priced at $15. See page 64. But we do not recommend this machine for arcade use. We are the only people who make the proper sized card vending machine for arcades, carnivals and parks. The cards given with each equipment are the highest grade in quality and workmanship and of the latest releases. We are continually bringing out new series of cards and keep the fortune cards worked over and brought up to date every year. A word of caution to the prospective buyer of an arcade is here apropos. Beware of the second-hand machines advertised for sale. If any machine can be made to work satisfactorily, its owner will not sell it, because he can take in more pennies with it in 30 days than he can get out of the sale of it. Good point. Why is it for sale if it's second-hand? The manufacturers of most of the used machines offered for sale have gone out of business. It is impossible to get parts, and to make repairs will often cost more than the price of a new guaranteed machine. Second-hand machines are a risk at any price, and the saving does not warrant anyone in buying them. Quality is remembered long after price is forgotten. Exhibit machines are efficient, dependable, and all latest improved models guaranteed to be right. We manufacture every machine shown and listed in this catalogue in our own factory. Exhibit machines can be bought only direct from the factory or through our regularly appointed distributors. There is only one price on exhibit machines, as shown in this catalogue. There you go. They're pretty confident in the machines. I like the way they say that they're the only people with enough variety to fill a whole arcade, etc. I've got a Mutoscope catalogue as well. I think they say exactly the same thing. I'll have to find it. They've got, again, pictures of like whole arcade set up with all Mutoscope machines. Similar layout. It'd be interesting to compare prices. If you look at their biggest, if you just think money wise, you look at their biggest arcade, the $9,000 one of penny machines. So it's 900,000 plays to get your money back. So if you think of it today for an arcade, pretty about the same, isn't it? If you said 50p a play, that'd be £450,000 worth of machines. I mean, you wouldn't buy an arcade that size and fill it with new machines for 450 grand, I don't think. They're not new modern day machines. When you think pushers are £10,000 each plus, big Rios are 5 to 10,000, and so on. Machines are £2,000 or £3,000 a piece, aren't they? Something like that, decent ones. The price is kind of comparable. But there we are. Thought that was quite interesting. Let me find the right picture. World's Fair. Yeah, so as I say, I bought a whole batch of these. 1984. I probably actually got these somewhere. A big pile of my old World's Fairs. Stupidly back in the day when I had it, religiously every week, I threw away the coin slot and the market trader because I wasn't interested in the coin slot because it was all new machines. But now, of course, 40 years later, they're not new machines anymore, are they? They're old machines. So, oh, my camera's just gone funny. I'll be back. Why did the camera decide to turn itself off? That's weird. Yeah, as I was saying, so I didn't keep those, did I? Got some interesting stuff, and I haven't read it properly. I'll just have a quick flick through. So this is Saturday, May the 5th. £3.5 million plan to develop Wellington Pier in Great Yarmouth. I'm not sure if that ever come off. What were they going to do? The latest plan from Yarmouth architects Paul Robinson and partners include a conference centre, bar, restaurant, floating base for water sports, refurbished theatre, and a rooftop club and disco. Oh, there you go. Circus World was sold in Florida. That's been sold, apparently. There you go. What else have we got happening? It's 40 years ago, old and new. Lincoln Fair. Havoc at Morecambe. 5 dark rides at Morecambe Pleasure Park were wrecked by drunken and aggressive groups of scooter riders who invaded the resort on the Lancashire coast over Easter. The main damage at the pleasure park was done on Good Friday, although the waltzer was put out of commission for the whole of Sunday. The wrecked rides were the Star Trekker, Ghost Train, Noah's Ark, Haunted Hotel and Haunted Swing. On Saturday night, several of the scooter riders got under the waltzer, presumably to sleep, and shifted some of the packing. We had to realign the packing and make the ride safe during Sunday, said General Manager Mr. Jim Rowland. Police were called more than 10 times to prevent fighting and provocative behaviour, such as provocative behaviour, such as squirting shaving soap from canisters and spraying beer from cans over the pleasure park operating staff. They were like animals. For the first time, we had to close the casino bar at 10:15 p.m. and also employ bounters. The scooter mob left early on Monday. They were bad news for Morecambe, said a spokesman for Johnny's Entertainment's arcade and fairground at the back of the former Winter Gardens. There you go. So, apart from causing a nuisance, squirting shaving soap from canisters and spraying beer from cans. It seems to be the extent of the crime wave in 1984 in Morecambe. So, unlike London today, where they were running around with swords and machetes and chopping people's heads off and things, kind of puts things into perspective, really, doesn't it? Anyway, what else was happening? Search the new site for Norwich Easter Fair. Okay. Anything else interesting? Fairground jottings. We can get to see what was for sale. Disco bounce. Right. Let's have a look. Classified adverts. Here we go. That's all the where's the coin slot? We'll look at that in a minute. Let's see what fairground stuff was for sale. Diesel cars. Most of them at prices, which is not very exciting, is it? Transforms a 50-foot arc. Very good condition, guild tested. Reason for selling, settled down. £6,000. All near offer. Cheap for an arc, isn't it? 50-foot arc for £6,000. Candy floss, brandy snaps, bigger pack. What else can we see for sale? Kinder Carousel juvenile ride, £5,000. A Colson waterboat ride, they're nice little things. Winard train ride, no prices, unfortunately. A Zera Flitzer roller coaster, $150,000. An auto drone for £1,000. That sounds quite cheap. A Colson type chair ride for £1,500. A 43-foot arcade truck extends to 58-foot with 30 slot machines in it, £8,000. Sounds fair enough, doesn't it? A juvenile fair as well for £5,500. Anything else that the good prices on? A ladybird ride, no price on that. Wanted, people want to buy hooplas, a rotor, old wooden animals, carved and painted scenery, don't we all? Wanted, all types of mechanical machines and working models and old jukeboxes, etc. Star Warehouse. That was Jimmy Broderick, for those of you who are old enough to remember. Down in Camden. Anything else? Business opportunities. Hampton Court. Aylesbury Bargain Day, apparently. There you go. Fairground news. Oh, brothers Willie and Pat Thurston presented their fair over 2 weeks recently at the attractive Riverside car park in Huntington, Cambs. They are just down the road from the warehouse, new warehouse. The fair was one of the best I've seen for some time. Thurston's always was back in the day. Some of the best stuff travelling. Wrexham Fair. Funerals. Circus. Circus. Jerry Cottle's circus was in Highbury until May the 7th, then at Cambridge for 2 weeks. 1984 Cambridge, I'd have been 13. I probably went to that very show. That's spooky, isn't it? I should think I went to that Jerry's that year. Used to be the one circus we went to quite a lot was Jerry Cottle's. Restoration stuff. There's a letter here about Jerry Cottle's circus. Sir, as a circus fan and supporter for many years standing, I travelled recently from a considerable distance from Dorset to Bath to see Jerry Cottle's new circus. I went there because I had heard many rumours about the show, not least the fact that it includes no animals, and although I expected to be disappointed, I wanted to judge for myself. My friends and I were absolutely delighted despite our fears to the contrary. The circus looked a picture in the lovely park at Bath. The restored showman's wagons and the old-style fencing made a delightfully romantic scene. Everything was well arranged, as has always been the case on Cottle's grounds in the past. The show itself was absolutely scintillating, full of life, lovely costumes, wonderful music, terrific lighting. The action was absolutely non-stop, and the 2 hours passed like a few moments. We enjoyed the show so much. Etc. Knowing Jerry, as I did, I'm surprised he wrote that letter himself. Bless him. It was good fun with Jerry Cottle. World of Preservation, any steam traction engines. Was a bit about Carter's steam fair in Berkshire. John Carter, claiming to be the only showman currently travelling 2 steam-driven rides, is planning a return to his home county of Berkshire after the May Day back holiday, and will be presenting his Excelsior steam yachts, Britannia and Columbia, and his Jubilee steam gallopers, both organs, at Pinckney's Green on May the 12th and 13th. In support will be Mrs. Anna Carter's Paramount high-flying aeroplanes and a full range of children's rides, traditional fairground games. John and Anna Carter's famous fleet of Scammell tractors will be on display, and it is hoped to have a few steam engines and historic commercial vehicles in attendance to add a further appeal. Admission will be completely free, refreshments available. Winner the week after that. There you go. That's what John Carter was up to 40 years ago. Wheating Rally, anything else exciting? I think that's it for the World's Fair. Sheffins Auction at Chilford Hall, I probably went to that as well, I should think. And Reading Carriage Sale. There you go, that was the World's Fair then. Let's see what was in Coin Slot. Where's my Coin Slot picture? Here we go. This is Coin Slot from 40 years ago, so the mouth of the tea. Right, Design Council Award for Universal Hopper. Coin Controls won an award. That's good news. Get into the fast lane with Barcrest Auto Route. Wasn't that Auto Route? Didn't I just sell one of those? Barcrest Auto Route. Barcrest Auto Route. That sounds very familiar, doesn't it? I think that was the modern fruit machine we sold a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Barcrest. The same modern, of course. It's not S40. It was like Auto Route. How spooky is that? Yeah, look. Full-page advert for Auto Route. Must have been the new craze of that week. Okay. An eye for a winning ride. Fruit machines. Lots of not very exciting looking adverts. Pool tables. Super Bell. Bell Fruit are bringing out a new line for bingo. Auto Route again. Must have been the week it came out. Auto Route. Interesting. Okay, not many articles about it, it's all just adverts. Big fruit machines. Right, games news. Germany and Sweden. But so, coin-operated plastic injection moulding machines. Oh, like the Moulderama. Mouldermatic. Bridgend Midland Morgan. Mouldermatic. I don't remember ever seeing one of those in the UK. Let me see if I can have to scan some of these and put them on the website. I hope you can see that. Oh, it's probably too small to see. This here. But they in America they were called Mouldoramas, and there's still a company that runs them now in tourist attractions like zoos and places, and you can watch the machine plastic mould a miniature elephant or something. They change the moulds every now and often. But I can't remember ever seeing them in the UK. Anybody ever seen one? It makes your plastic souvenir before your eyes. Anyway, Mouldermatic. So good if you search YouTube for Moulderama, M-O-L-D-A-R-A-M-A, Moulderama. Some quite interesting videos. Paul says, had one years ago. What was that, a Moldorama? Or have I skipped over slightly? Did you mean an auto route? Sorry, I was reading the thing. The auto route went on eBay. Oh, did it? Hope they made a profit on it then. What did we get for it? We got 540 plus 10%. So, oh, no, not 10%, plus 20%, wasn't it? So 650-ish. What did it make on eBay? What else we got here? Essex coin mechanisms. Market trader. Don't think we need that bit. The auto route. Oh, right. Easter profits with Ruffer and Death. What have we got here? Video games. Wildly exciting there. Stern Great Guns. A shooter with 2 guns on it. Didn't know Stern made a shooter. There we go. Eat from company business rent reviews. Oh, there's a Nick Costa article here. How London's sideshow gave way to the arcade. With that picture. I think most of this is out of his book, basically. When did his book come out? I haven't got my copy here. I can't remember if the World's Fair articles were kind of serialising his book or if they were kind of an advert for his book. And there's Auto Route again, another full-page advert for Auto Route. Can't see. I'll have to get an overhead camera read up if we're going to do this again. Super new AWP machine. Okay. Council declares war on arcades. That sounds like a good headline. Lincoln City Council has abandoned its policy of trying to restrict amusement arcades to the central area. From now on, it is going to turn down applications for new arcades anywhere in the city. And it's already started. Oh dear. Councillors feel they have been let down by the government and that there should be a national policy of controlling the number of arcades through licensing instead of relying on planning applications. Attempts by the council to limit arcades to the city centre have been overthrown by Department of the Environment inspectors when the applicant has appealed to a public inquiry. Etc. etc. Castle coins. Alfie Cats made bankrupt indefinitely. Alfie Cats, I know that name. Alfie Cats. Leeds-based former amusement machine supplier Alfie Cats was bankrupted indefinitely at a recent public examination in Leeds. The court was told that Mr. Cats's amusement machine supply company had collapsed with debts of more than £600,000. The public examination of Mr. Cats of Sandmoor Gardens, Alwoodley in Leeds included his wife Linda and was adjourned, sine die. This means that they will be bankrupt for at least 5 years. The court heard allegations that Mr. Cats had undervalued jewellery at an early hearing and that furniture and clothing had been deliberately concealed from the official receiver to avoid their sour-to-pay creditors. This is quite juicy, isn't it? The hearing was told that Mr. Cats had been involved in the amusement machine business when the video games boom took off in 1979. In 1981, a major company was ready to offer 1.7 million for his company, which had made profits of 120 grand in its first year. Shortly afterwards, his stock of 700 video games became virtually worthless overnight when electronic innovations were made by a Japanese manufacturer, and the company Melody Music was wound up with a deficit of £546,204. Mr. Cats then had to sell his £300,000 house and change his lifestyle. The court heard that estimates of the value of items of jewellery given by Mr. Cats at an early hearing were substantially less than valuations made in 1980 for his insurance company. Diamond earrings, which Mr. Cats had said were valued at about £600,000, had been insured for £2,750, and a wristwatch, which he said was worth £500, had been valued at £1,895. Mr. Cats said that the jewellery formed part of a number of items handed over to secure a loan of 70 grand. The items, valued at £19,270, had later been bought back by Mr. Katz's father for £3,000. All sounds slightly iffy, doesn't it? Mr. Katz said he had no idea what price the jewellery might raise if sold. The valuations had been based on the cost of replacement. Mrs. Linda Katz said that fur coats, which were kept in their former house in Manor Park, Alwoodley, whichever it is, had belonged to her mother, although she had worn them on several occasions. The coats had been insured by the Katz's own possessions because they were kept at their house. This is a bit like what's her name, Rayner, the dozy laser cow with the 5 council houses, is it, or something? Angela Rayner, and her kitchens and whatnot. The court heard that Mr. Ivor Galley, a neighbour, had seen garden furniture removed from the Katz's patio in order to avoid detection by the official receiver. He had also found 30 items of expensive women's clothing belonging to Mrs. Katz. Well, that's a relief that they didn't belong to Mr. Katz, isn't it, really? In his flat. Mr. Katz said that the garden furniture had been removed in cold weather and that the allegations about the clothing were invented by his neighbour. Mr. John Pikett, the assistant official receiver, said that he believed Mr. and Mrs. Katz's dealings had been less than frank. Excellent. That's quite amusing, isn't it? What have we got here? Electrocoin. What have they got? Video games. And a shooter. Nothing wildly exciting. About £800. Oh, the auto route. Oh, that made a few quid on it then. It's okay then. What's Atari Moving Factory? Atari moved its entire coin-op manufacturing facilities to the main Atari factory in El Paso, Texas. Oh, there you go. Some Dutch stuff. Doesn't look terribly exciting. What do we got here? Game PCBs. Lots of adverts for not very exciting things. Bit of a shame. Quite good last those. Oh, here you are. Classified adverts. Let's see what we could have bought cheap. Wirecrest Noughts and Crosses. £195. There you go. Mr. Mitchell. Oh, that must have been Paul. Oh, for sale, a collection of 22 antique and old one-arm bandits. Also, 3 wooden-based bingo flippers. No price. Do you want the phone number? See if they're still for sale. Rockola jukeboxes, 150 quid. What else have we got? Pin tables. Williams Flash, £175. Bally Globetrotters, £225. Gottlieb Roller Disco, £175. Jukeboxes. WP machines. More pool tables. 10-pin bowling. Atari Centipede, £350. Atari Space Duel, £280. Pac-Man, £100. Donkey Kong, £125. Rally X, £250. Battlezone Mini, £110. Video games and lots of pool table adverts. Intriguing. Not much else. Whittaker Limon, 2p play. Whittaker's Beachcomber Pusher, and 2p. No price. In-car radar detectors. Stuck with Duff machines? Question mark. Fair enough. Williams, more videos. Nothing else. It's all videos and pool tables. Seem to be the wanted urgently. One-arm bandits. Mills, Seeger, Jennings. Also parts of the above. We collect. We pay cash. Phone Robert D in Mansfield. Okay. Situations, business opportunities, amusement arcades for sale. Anything else exciting? About pool tables. No, not really. There you go then. That was what was happening 40 years ago. Marvellous stuff. There's somewhere here, if I was hooked it up right, I've got this fun little video with butlins to round things off with, which is quite amusing. Very un-PC for these days, which makes it all the more fun. But in the good old days, when people were allowed to have fun, quite innocently fun, really. So let's have a watch of this, and then we'll round things up, I should think, for the evening. Let's have a look. Find the right button. It should be this one just here.
These girls at a holiday camp in Clacton aren't allowed a machine, not even a needle, only string and a pile of oddments, handkerchiefs and dusters and the like. The task, to make a bikini from the materials available, and then, of course, to wear it. The rules allow the boyfriend to help. Looks easy, doesn't it? But just you try it. The trouble is, material is flat and the girls aren't. Time's up, and now for the proof of their ingenuity and workmanship. Anyone who can't distinguish between vital statistics and wishful thinking is going to find herself in dead trouble. Any problems there may have been, such as string not being the same as elastic, have apparently been solved. Everyone who went in has come out. Imagination and ingenuity have conquered every difficulty, including, to a certain extent, the laws of gravity. The judge has a problem too. In fairness to everybody, he has to ignore the foundation and give all his marks to the creation. Anybody who can do that in the circumstances deserves a prize himself. For all that...
Oh, there you go. Those clips always cut off rather suddenly. So there you go. That was quite amusing, wasn't it? Pop back over here. Check on the wanted list, see what's going on over there. Yeah, I'd say back in the good old days when people were allowed to have fun. There you go. I thought that was quite amusing. Oops, wires tangled up here. Right, so I think that's it probably. I shall away. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you tuned in later, not live, because a lot of people I think are away tonight, do type something in the comments. I do read them all and reply to them all where a reply is needed. And if you thought the World's Fair and coin slot flick throughs was interesting, as I say, I've got a whole year's run of them, so in theory I could kind of you know, do them every week pretty much from 40 years ago. I'm sure some of them were interesting than others. The coin slot, that particular one, was mostly adverts, but I think some of them have got more interesting articles and things in. And let me know, and I'll dig some more out in future. So that's it. So tomorrow is Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm around in and out of the warehouse. Thursday onwards, I'm not for a few days. I'm off on TV job. So there won't be a live stream on Friday or Sunday, come to that. So I'll probably try and do one Thursday before we go off. That makes sense. Hopefully there'll be some auction stuff done by then and uploaded onto the website. Keep an eye on the website, on the Colcon website, and I'll perhaps ping an email out as well on Thursday if I think about it, just to let you know. And yeah, those few days are out. The middle weekend though, whoops, which is the 18th, 19th, is it? That weekend, which is the last weekend for getting entries in for the auction. I tended to be in Leamington one day and at the God Manchester warehouse the other. So if you've got things to bring in. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be in and out of God Manchester both days. Then I'm not around for a few days. The week of the 13th of May, I'm around most of it. And then that weekend, 18th and 19th, as I say, Leamington one day, God Manchester the other. And then entries close for June the 2nd. So you haven't got long. Think about what you've got to sell, get it organised, get it to me. And we'll have another excellent auction. Marvellous. That's it, over and out. I'm going to go and get some dinner. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and I hope you found it interesting. And we'll catch up probably Thursday. Keep an eye on the website or YouTube notifications or whatever. And catch up then. Night night.